What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to show you guys a quick deck list that I've been messing around with in the new MetaZoo TCG. The caster for this deck is Javier. Javier has an ability where if you have 8 or more aura in your aura zone, you may take an action to play this caster without paying its base cost. So basically this is like a ramp deck. You're trying to get as much aura out as you can, control the board, get Javier secured in a lane to pretty much lock down that lane and use destruction as much as you can by bringing in an aura. And then I'll break down both sides for you. This deck uses Earth Aura and Air Aura. The starter Terras, I like to use the Bridgewater Triangle just so that like early game nobody's popping off destructions on me. And then the South Mountain Caves is just kind of a broken Terra right now. On mission declaration, each player may move one of their creatures to this lane. So there's a lot of things that you can do with this. Like, turn 1, you can play anything anywhere else. Declare there, win it, move with this one, declare again. You also have things like Kissie Bug, where when a creature with Soar moves to this lane, you may draw a card. So if you get Kissie Bug in the South Mountain Caves and then move any of your Soar creatures there, it's just extra draw within the game. Our primary aura is Earth Aura, our allied aura is Air. Our primary cards are running Jackalopes. On play, each player adds 1 tapped aura to their aura zone, so just a little more ramp, just trying to get as much aura out as fast as you can. Explosive Rabbit, when dispelled, your opponent shatters one of their creatures or equipment. Dispel seems synonymous with shattered and destroyed, so just keep getting one of these out early is nice because you can kind of help keep the board state from getting out of hand too fast, like when you're playing against a lightning deck or something. The Emerald Protection Amulet, one of these is nice just in case they do have things that do damage or duel. When a creature or equipment in this lane is dealt damage, you may deal that damage to this equipment instead. So just, really just a 3/5 earth booster, but also helps you stay alive a bit if they do have some damage. Trample, super good, shatter all creatures and equipment with 3 influence or less. This card has saved my ass so many times. You go against pretty much any deck and there's so many things with 3 influence or less that are actually like super good cards, like even like Kissie Bug and Van Meter. All those things get destroyed by Trample. Running 1 copy of Odd Find right now. I want to run 3. I just need to figure out how or wait for the compendium to come out so that we can see what happens if you try to swap the aura. So basically, it says put the top card of your aura deck into the aura zone. At the end of the round, return that aura to the top of your aura deck. What I want to do is, put that top card of the aura deck into the aura zone and then use the trade function to trade that aura so that it would be a separate aura, and then at the end of the turn, it wouldn't go back to my aura deck. But until the compendium comes out, I don't know how that's going to work. If it does work like that, it'll be awesome. 2 copies of Bigfoot Unhidden. On play, you may duel a creature in this lane. Really just good for cost. 6/6 duel. 6 kills pretty much anything unless it's a giant creature. Dragon of Oconto Falls the Mysterious. On play, you may trade one of your aura. Really, like, this deck is heavily focused on my allied aura, so I trade like 3 or 4 a game. So just having this to save an action is super nice. I'm running 2 Cumberland Gaps. This is nice. Non-caster creatures with a base cost of 5 or more cost 2 less to play in this lane. So if I can get these out, I can really start playing like a lot of my big creatures even cheaper, which just helps me dominate the game. 1 copy of Growth. Put the top card of your aura deck into the aura zone untapped. I was running 3, but the more games I play and the less I see this card until late game, it just feels like more of a dead card. So getting 1 isn't bad, but I'm not going to let it flood my deck and make it a dead card. Base Hodag is really good. He's a 5/7 Soar, and he has the ability to be fortified with an aura. So just a good mana curve Soar creature, because this deck uses a lot of Soar. This Bigfoot, on play, choose a card that costs 3 or less from your discard pile and put it into your hand. I've used this so much for so many things. I really had to use it mostly for getting back a Jackalope, or getting back a Growth if I have to, or getting back any of my removal or my orange stuff, which I'll go over in a minute. 1 copy of Basalisk. He has tap ability to duel a creature in this lane. Can't be used if the lane is resolved. Just really good. 10 to duel. You can pretty much take out anything in any lane. Just really controls the board. You can bring it out for 6 in the Cumberland Gap. You can be ahead on aura and get it out on turn 6 if you have a Growth or if you have an Odd Find. Really just strong control card. 1 copy of Aziza. I don't really know why. I just think she's cool. She has the ability to give +2 influence to a creature in each other lane. I've gotten value out of it. I just haven't really found many other 3s that I value as much. Going into our orange side, our air cards, we're using 2 copies of Air Elusive. On play, draw a card, and then if a friendly creature or equipment with soar is in any lane, draw 1 additional card. So really it's like a 4/4, draw 2, because you pretty much always have a soar creature out. 3 copies of Pamola. It's a 3/5 base creature, but it's a 3/5, so just really good on curve. 2 copies of Penetrating Screech, shatter a creature. This is just like hard removal, so nice to have. I really try to save these for late game when people really drop like their big creatures and stuff. 2 copies of Powerup Orange, move a creature and give it +3 influence and soar. This is really good, and it synergizes with a lot of these cards in here, especially the fact that it gives it soar. So say you have a Kissie Bug somewhere, you can power up orange something else, move it there, give it soar, you get to draw a card. Say you don't have anything else with soar, but you have a Goofus Bird out, then it'll activate Goofus Bird stuff. Just really good, and I mean +3 influence kind of helps you win lanes that you may not otherwise. 2 copies of Burst of Wind. It's a 2-cost shatter a creature that costs 4 or less. Just another super hard removal. I only run 2 because I can get back 2 potentially with big feet. 3 copies of Kissie Bug, which I've kind of been going over. When a friendly creature with soar moves to this lane, you may draw a card. So, you know, run a lot of soar, run a lot of movement, get a lot of draw value. 3 copies of Do a Barrel Roll. I love this card. Move a creature, draw 1 card. For 2, this is just an amazing card. It's, you know, it's a 2-cost draw, but also you get to move either a friendly creature, which, you know, you can move a soar creature to Kissie Bug, get a draw, move one of your creatures to win a lane, or you could target an enemy's creature and move it out of a lane into a lane that's already resolved, so that, you know, you can potentially win the lane that isn't. 2 copies of Goofus Bird. It has soar, but also while a friendly creature with soar is in a different lane, it has +1 influence. So it's kind of always a 2/3 for 2, which isn't bad, but it also has soar, which makes it decent. 2 copies of Van Meter, which is a soar creature. Unannounced visit. Once per round on mission resolution, you may move this creature to an unresolved lane. This synergizes so well with all of this stuff. It's a soar creature that can move itself. Again, you can move it to Kissie Bug and then move it again. Just a lot of stuff you can do. I'm running 3 copies of Hodag on the charge. He also has soar. He has a 1-cost ability to give this creature overwhelm 3, may duel a creature in this lane, which I haven't really gotten too much value with the ability. I'm sure I will as I play more, but being a 4/5 soar creature is pretty nice. 1 copy of Van Meter Visitor, Guiding Light. He's a 7-cost soar, but on play, discover 5 a creature with soar with a base cost of 5 or less and play it without paying its cost. So you can really kind of cheat out a lot of good cards in here. We have a ton of cards with soar. You can get out of Van Meter, you can get out one of your Hodags, you can get out one of these Hodags, you can get out Goofus Birds, you can get out, I think that might be it, but you know, it's a fair amount of value for 7. So I like playing at least 1. 1 copy of Ziz. I was running 2 on play, shatter all rival creatures in this lane that cost 6 or less. But now that I've played more, the games are going a little bit faster, so I'm really like getting to 10 aura as we're like getting to the end of the game, and then I usually play Ziz for 9. I'll try and get him out in the Cumberland Gap. And yeah, really the main focus of this is just ramping aura as fast as you can, getting out Javier. He's got 13 influence, so you kind of lock down a lane with him and then spend a lot of time moving your creatures and moving your opponent's creatures and controlling the board. I hope you guys enjoy it. Try it out, let me know what you think. I'll put the actual deck list in the description, but yeah, see you guys later.